Very, very important. Accounting structure. In 90% of interviews, if you attend, definitely they will ask you, what is the accounting structure? What is a configure accounting structure? They will ask you. Okay, 95%. So if you are applying for a finance profile, definitely they will ask you. In a application also, without accounting structure, you cannot post single transaction. If you wanted to post a transaction without exchange rate also, of course you can post it. If you wanted to post any other things and all, it can be possible, but without accounting structure you cannot post a transaction. System will strictly restrict you that you should have accounting structure. What do you mean by accounting structure? What is a configure accounting structure? What is that? Configure accounting structure is a structure which will have the combination of your main accounts plus financial dimensions. Did we created main accounts? Yes. Did we have a financial dimensions with us? Yes. This structure is a combination. Definitely you should have the main accounts plus financial dimension in this structure. Okay, it is a combination of main accounts plus financial dimension. What else? Okay, next one, this will validate any transaction. How are you posting? Now I wanted to restrict Prashant, do not post one transaction. Like he is using my bank account. Okay, for example, he is using my bank account. I wanted to restrict him, do not use my bank account. So I will put some kind of extra conditions which he does not know. So definitely he will not be able to use my bank account, right? Because you don't know extra validations. In the system point of view also, if I wanted to restrict my system, you have to behave in this way only. You have to, when you are posting a transaction, this should be mandatory, this option should be optional, this optional should be mandatory. Like that, if I wanted to inform the system and system should follow the same validation, we should do it in the accounting structure only. Accounting structure is a combination of main account plus financial dimension, and it will provide a validation option. How the transaction should be posted, how you should behave, everything it will validate in the accounting structure only. So let's see how can we create an accounting structure in the system. Now click on chart of accounts. There is a structure, separate section called as a structures. Click on structures, configure accounting structure. Okay, general ledger module, chart of accounts, structures, configure accounting structure. Click on this. Now I wanted to create a new structure for me, for my company. Let me create a new structure. It's very important how to create and all. Click new. What is your accounting structure name? I will put it as a MT01 only. My company name as a accounting structure. Select a description also same. As I told you, accounting structure is a combination of financial dimension plus main account, right? If I don't have a main account, then what is the use of accounting structure? Definitely I should require it, right? So that's why it is enabled by default. If it is not enabled, you should enable it. See, now I'm disabling. Now you have to enable it. Okay. Click on create. Fine. If you can see here, main account is there, active from, active to, these options are available. As I told you, it is a combination of main account plus financial dimension. Okay. So financial dimensions are nothing but your operating units. And we have a other name also for financial dimension is a segments. Okay. So in accounting structure, we will call it as a segments. That is nothing but your financial dimensions only. The name will be different name. We will be calling as a segments. So now I wanted to have a financial dimensions also, right? When I am posting my transaction, I have to make a rent of Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, it is a Kukutpalli branch. In a Kukutpalli, it is a some line number, road number 4 or 5, house number 35, like that. So these kind of combinations, if I wanted to have, I should definitely have a financial dimension. So I can add a segments here, right? Your company will inform you, or sorry, your client will inform you how many dimensions he need to have while posting a transaction. Based upon that only, you should add it here. Click on add segment. Tell me how many dimensions you wanted to add it. So for time being, let me add a business unit. You cannot select multiple segments at a time. One by one you need to select. Okay. Select a business unit. Click on add segment. Business unit is appearing. If you wanted to have another segment also, click on add segment. Cost center. If you wanted to add another segment, please add it as a department. Like that, you can add a segment. Okay. Now, how many segments I have added here? Can anyone tell me how many segments I just added now? It's a, how many can I add it here in this way? 10 segments can only added here as a validation. So 3 I have already added. I can add 7 more. 3 plus 7, it is 10. More than 10, I cannot add any kind of validation in the accounting structure. Okay. So in a few business, like in pharmaceutical business and all, I have seen they will be using a 15 financial dimensions to post a transaction. They will select what is a medicine number, what is a formula, like multiple dimensions they will have it, like more than 10. In that case, my application will not helpful them, right? How can I manage if I have more than 10 segments? There is another option called as a advanced rule structure. Okay, where that is also structure. This is also a structure, but what is the difference between configure accounting structure and advanced rule structure? There is only small difference. In configure accounting structure, you can add only 10 segments, 10 financial dimensions. In your business, if you have more than 10 financial dimensions, then you can use the advanced rule structure. For example, I need to use a 13 financial dimensions. Okay, what I need to do? 10 dimensions I need to add here. Remaining 3, I need to add it in an advanced structure. Okay, more than 10 dimensions, if your business is requiring, then you have to use the advanced rule structure. I will show you how to do the advanced rule structure also, but now let's concentrate on accounting structure, configure accounting structure. So main account, business unit, cost center, department, these 3 segments I have added, and this is a main account. If you wanted to add till 10, please you can try to add, and you can see whether system is allowing more than 10 or not in this particular form. Okay, I'm not going to add that. So just come down now. Still my structure is not ready. Okay. Click on main account. If you come down here, main account, there is some kind of operators. Okay. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, is equal to. These kind of options are available. Now, I'm telling is between and includes. What do you mean by is between and includes? My account number, starting number is this number. From there to ending number. Start number of your main accounts and end number of your main account, you should supposed to provide it here. In between, whatever the numbers are there, everything will be considered by the system itself. So for every account, that will be whatever the conditions we are giving will get validated. From number to number, you should give it. Remaining everything, system will take care. Can you tell me what is your from number? We have created a main account, right? If you just check your notes, what is the start number of your main account? What is the number we have used? What is the end number you are using? 1,99,000, then it is a asset end. It is a asset category end, but your liability also is there, right? 2 lakhs. Few companies will follow 1 lakh to 1,99,000 and they will add another condition 2 lakh to 2,99,000, like that. Assets, liabilities, like that, they will create a separate conditions. But here we can have a single condition 1 lakh and end of your main accounts. After that number, you will not create any accounts. Maybe expense. After expense, what you don't have any other accounts, right? For asset, liability, income, expense and revenue, some account. 4,99,000 is your end of the number or not? I will show you. What is your end of number? Is this your end of number? Yes. From here to here, all accounts will consider. If you create a new accounts also will be considered here. So 4,99,000 is your end of the accounts. Just click on apply. If you can see here, your condition is added. No, I wanted to have a, for asset 1 line, for liability 1 lakh to 1,99,000, then 2 lakh to 2,99,000. You can add this condition. Add same way 2 lakh 2,99,000, like that you can add a conditions. Otherwise, single condition is also fine. In real time, some people will use a single condition and few companies will use a 2 or 3 conditions also. Like they will split the account numbers. That's all. There is no much difference at all. Okay. Now, I have added a main accounts. Now, if you see business unit, which is having a star mark. What do you mean by star mark? Star mark is nothing but it's a mandatory. So if you see this validation, any transaction if you are posting, you have to select a ledger account from this combination and your business unit, cost center, department. These 3 are mandatory. That is the meaning of this condition. Star, star, star. Okay. I don't want to make it everything as a mandatory. I wanted to make it as a optional. This cost center department, I wanted to make it as a optional. It should be displaying, but it should be optional. It should not be a mandatory option. How can I do that? Just come down, select a department option here. Okay. Come down. See now department, right? So it is a star. Now there is an option called as a blank values are allowed. It is an optional option. Select this, click on apply. And if you can see here, it is a some double quoted inverted commas. That means it is a optional. Okay. For cost center also, can I make it? Of course, if you wanted, you can make it a cost center also blank only. Apply. Okay. Now, for business unit, I wanted to make it as a mandatory, then put it as a star only. So that whenever you are posting any transaction, business unit will be a mandatory. You have to fill business unit every time. And one more thing, for my business, I have only one business unit, Anusha. I have not having more than one. Only one business unit I have it. So every time I cannot enter this business unit. Can't system provide a business unit by default? Of course, our system can provide a single business unit every time. You can make it as a default here. Since I have a single business unit, what I will do, select a business unit is, what is your business unit? You have to see your business unit from the next screen. Like in the financial dimensions, you have a business unit of values, right? If you see business unit and if you go to dimension values, you can see this 001, 002, 003 like that, right? You have to manually type the number 001. That means whenever you are using a transaction posting, your business unit will auto filled with 001. That is the meaning of this. Apply. Okay. See, if you have a single business unit, if you wanted to get this number as a default one, you supposed to have this kind of condition. Otherwise, no, Anusha, I have multiple business units. I don't know which one I will be selecting. That should be a mandatory. It should not display any value. Then please put it as a, please remove it, apply. Then it will become a star, mandatory option. Okay, hope it is clear. If you wanted to make it as a mandatory or optional, anything you can use it. I will just put it as a optional only. It's okay. Now, I'm done with the accounting structure creation. This is how. Now, if you wanted to see whether this structure is correct, just validate the structure. Validate. If you have any issues with the structure, system will throw an error. Accounting structure is fine and keep it as a activate. You can make it as a activate. Click on activate. So it will get activate from the batch job. It will take 2 to 3 minutes to get activated the batch job. And if you see the status, it is showing as activating. Okay. So once the status becomes active, then you can able to make use of this accounting structure. Until that you need to wait. Just do the, see now the status become active. Perfect. So this is now active status. Okay. For example, this is a one-time activity in a real time. You should not keep changing accounting structure and all. That is not allowed in a real time because people will be using a entries to post, right? So when someone is posting and if you are modifying here, they will get an error. That is why this is a one-time activity. And if you wanted to do some kind of modifications in the accounting structure, you have to take a special approval from your manager and you have to take a downtime also. Like during the time, no one should use the application, right? At the time only you should supposed to do changes. In our practice purpose of, if I wanted to do the changes, how can I do? Just edit it so that your status will become draft. See, and do the modifications and activate it once again. That's all. That's all about the configure accounting structure.